There seems to be a memo on how to govern with complete disregard. That memo seems to be kept in one of the drawers in Aso Rock. Kept there, maybe by previous administrations, but then more chapters were added to that memo by former President Buhari. That same memo seems to have been pulled out of one of these Aso Rock drawers and is now in use by the current president. It's the only explanation that I have to understand the meaning of a work stay. Because can anyone in Aso Rock help Nigerians understand better the actual meaning of a work stay? How does the president of a country just randomly get on his presidential jet and go to another country without any clear reason or explanation, without any stated diplomatic intentions or anything that sounds like it? Just travel out of his own country and go spend as many days as he chooses in a different country. Keep in mind that while Mr. President is on this mysterious work stay, 20 Nigerian medical students have been kidnapped and are still reportedly held in the custody of their captors. While Mr. President is on this work stay all the way in France, Nigerians are fighting for their lives back at home with the highest levels of inflation, petrol scarcity that is getting into its second week, the same levels of unemployment and poverty that his predecessor left, complete uncertainty as to where the country is headed, amongst many other issues, while Mr. President got on his shiny new jet and is on a work stay in France. It's a seeming complete disregard for the urgency with which to address Nigeria's pressing issues. And again, I ask, what exactly is a work stay? Many Nigerians, of course, are asking the same question this morning. Is it common for presidents to choose to work remotely from anywhere in the world? I understand that we're in the age of hybrid work, but does that also apply to presidents? Do we have other presidents from other countries across the world routinely visiting Nigeria and working from Lagos or Abuja or Ibadan or Enugu, anywhere? What exactly is a work stay while Nigerians are in captivity? While ASU is again threatening a nationwide strike, the Nigerian president can't just jet off on the presidential jet, which of course is funded by Nigeria's taxpayers' money, without a reasonable explanation for the trip. And if he does, it shows a complete disregard for any sort of accountability to the Nigerian people, to Nigerian funds, Nigeria's money, and also high insensitivity to the times in Nigeria today. Keep in mind that the circumstances surrounding the purchase of this jet are still being discussed, but the jet, of course, has been used to fly Mr. President for this work stay in France. Mr. President landed in France yesterday, and there are no clips or pictures of him being received by the French government or the French president. So just like former President Buhari back then, he would just randomly jet away to the United Kingdom for medical trips or unexplained holidays, we once again seem to have the exact same format being used with our current president. So basically nothing has changed. And so to the president's handlers and those putting out statements on his social media pages, can we please remind Mr. President that there are currently 20 medical students in captivity? I know it's not necessarily his responsibility to jump into the forest or wherever they are being held and rescue them himself. I understand that. But can he be reminded that these are Nigerian citizens? Can he also be reminded that Nigerians are being degraded at petrol queues every day trying to buy petrol in their vehicles? Inflation is still above 30%. Nigeria still has the highest number of poor people in the world. ASU is threatening strike if he hasn't heard. There's been no significant change in the realities of the people that he ran for elections to serve. And the common view across the country is that it is insensitive for Mr. President to be on a work stay again, all the way in France, while Nigerians are begging for some sign of hope. Good morning, Nigerians.